Hi, welcome back again. This is Jason Piken, Dr. Jason Piken, if you will, and I'm going to be talking about now the physical aspects of digestive problems, especially in the upper digestive tract. What we need to know is how the physical aspects of our health impact our upper digestive system. So in order to understand this, let's just talk about what can happen with our belly itself. The gut, or our belly, physically, the size of it, can impact the way we feel. So the reason why people have a big belly is either because it's filled with beer, filled with garbage, it's filled with a baby, there's something going on that's making this part of our stomach just really big and it's pushing the stomach contents up higher. If you're not willing to start changing the physical aspects of your size, you're probably going to be dealing with a few more problems, and maybe all you're going to have to deal with is either living on medications or living on the supplements that control things. So if we can reduce the gut by eating the right things and exercising, you're going to have a lot better time in life. The first we're going to talk about is upper cross syndrome. Upper cross syndrome is extraordinarily common in modern life because basically what upper cross syndrome is this. It's the fact that we're at the computer, hunched forward all throughout the day. The type of posture I'm talking about is this, where the shoulders are rounded forward, the head has a forward protrusion, the upper back has more of a curve in it than it should, and what all this does is it again physically causes tension all along the muscles right here, especially the diaphragm and the upper abdominal musculature, and those muscles can actually have an impact on the way you feel when you're digesting your foods in the upper digestive tract. So what that upper cross posture can also cause is a thoracic subluxation. So let me get into the word subluxation. Subluxation is a word that describes a misalignment of a bone, usually happening in your spine, and that bone is putting stress on the nervous system. You can actually have a misalignment in the middle of your back that you can't feel, yet it may be irritating the nervous system, and the nerves from that mid-back, I keep changing sides, can travel right into the stomach or the sympathetic chain, which is a part of your nervous system that controls the stomach. Reducing the stress on the nervous system allows the body to heal more properly. So in order to understand this physical problem, we have to start off with stress. When there's an emotional stress, there's a common reaction of tension in the jaw. You see, the jaw is one of the most important parts of your entire body. Neurologically, the jaw is extraordinarily important because if your jaw doesn't work correctly, you don't eat, you die. Plain and simple. So the innate intelligence of our body, the intelligence that we're born with that tries to fix us whenever there's something wrong, compensates for this jaw problem by tweaking the muscles all around the neck area to keep the jaw in the best alignment it can. So very commonly, a jaw problem is covered up by neck tension or misalignment. And if it affects the middle three bones in your neck, C3, C4, and C5, and or C5, any one of those three or all those three, it can cause a subluxation there. Again, a misalignment, maybe caused by the muscle imbalance or other types of traumas, or the fact that we're here with our forward head carriage all day staring at our phones or computers. Three bones, C3, 4, and 5, innervate or give nerve energy to your diaphragm muscle. It's known in medicine as a mnemonic, C3, 4, and 5, keep your diaphragm alive. If there's a weakness or if there's a hypertension, a hyper amount of tension because of this nerve irritation, it can affect, remember this, the esophagus to stomach and the valve, the lower esophageal sphincter. An abnormal contracting diaphragm can actually impact that sphincter. A weakened diaphragm can create a hiatal hernia, where the stomach will literally pop up through the diaphragm, or there could be so much tension in the diaphragm that it can cause an abnormal stress around the esophagus itself. Either way, this is first an emotional problem causing tension in the jaw, tension in the neck, nerve problem in the diaphragm that can lead to a stomach issue. So those stomach problems that can be caused by the diaphragm also could be correlated with low back pain. Not that the stomach is causing your lower back pain, but remember we spoke about that diaphragm muscle? If there's a malfunction in the diaphragm, or if there's tension or knots in that diaphragm muscle, the diaphragm muscle shares fascia or connective tissue with the psoas muscles. I'll stand up and show you that your psoas muscles would be your hip flexors. When you're sitting, the hip flexors are all folded up, and those hip flexors connect to the diaphragm. And so if you have that, again, stress in the jaw, neck, diaphragm, psoas pattern, those hip flexors can affect the movement of your hips, your pelvis, and even create low back pain. So a common pattern that I see in my office all the time is somebody that actually has acid reflux and low back pain and neck pain and jaw pain. Any one of or any combination of those, or some of them, sometimes they're all independent. So if you can get to a practitioner that understands that you have to work on the entire body, from the hips to the jaw and everything in between, and heck, even the feet, because once you change the mechanics in one area of your body, it's going to lead to problems somewhere else. So the key is treating the person globally, not just locally. It's not just saying, hey, I have some tension in my jaw, let's adjust it. It's understanding that if you've had tension in the jaw for weeks or months or years or even decades, there may be a cascading effect that affects the entire body. So once you remove the layers of physical stress throughout the body, you actually can heal the gut. Okay, so we've talked about the chemistry, we've talked about the emotional side, here is the physical side. You have to carry yourself well with good posture. You have to get to either a chiropractor who knows about the jaw and these subluxations, or a physical therapist that can work with your muscles, or an acupuncturist that can release the tension from the meridian system or the chi in the body, so your body can heal itself and you can be whole again. Here's some techniques. If you can't get to a health practitioner right away that understands these connections, how about just working on your diaphragm itself? Working on your neck, working on your jaw, and just the knots. Here's some quick tips. Feel around on your jaw for where the tight musculature is. There may be some tight spots right under, like not your eye socket, but this is called your maxillary area. And you just go under it. This is the muscle that opens and closes, or really closes, your mouth, your masseter. And if you dig around there and you find a spot, like one spot that hurts, how about rubbing it for 20, 30 seconds and getting rid of the tension? Maybe you find something on the other side that's a little bit different, and you rub there for 20, 30 seconds, 2-3 times a day. This can have an impact on releasing the tension on its own. Next, feel around for the muscles in the front of the neck. You can use, I call it a pincer grip like this, and just pinch the neck and find out if there's any knots. If there are, release them. Take these fingers, rub the back of your neck. Heck, go for a really good massage. These things can help. They're not direct, they're not as direct as having a professional that really understands all the connections and knows how to fix them directly, but you can work on these things on your own for free anytime you want. And then you move down to the diaphragm. A great way to work on the diaphragm, which is right under your ribs right here, is literally crooking your fingers like this and just rubbing and feeling around. If you feel a spot that hurts, like I got one right there, a little knot, well again, just rub it for about 30 seconds. Another thing that you can do is trying to work on pulling the stomach down, literally pulling it down, because sometimes if you have these physical stresses, the stomach can literally pop up from the diaphragm weakness, and that'll be a sliding hiatal hernia or maybe a permanent hiatal hernia. What you can do is I'm going to stand up for this, take a deep breath in, exhale, take those crooked fingers, and as you exhale, pull down on your stomach. It would be right under the ribs here, right? They come in at like an angle just like that. I'm getting right to the top of the ribs, slightly off to the left side, and I'm just taking a deep breath in and exhaling and pulling down and just giving a little tug. It tends to be that If you have a hiatal hernia, it tends to feel kind of good doing that. And these are all slight little mechanical techniques that you can do on your own until you can get to, again, a hands-on practitioner that can help you with the physical side of things. So now we're going to wrap up. Now that you've learned the chemistry of what causes reflux and some simple ways to fix it, the emotional side of reflux and some techniques that you can do to relieve stress, and the physical side of things and how to relieve stresses there and maybe find a practitioner to help you out, you're really well on your way to having all your problems resolved. Not because we've treated the symptom, again, because we've treated you as a person. We found out what stresses are affecting you and we're working on eliminating them. So I hope you've gotten a lot of information out of these videos, and again, that you're going to take some action. If you need any help, follow the links on the rest of the website, and I'm sure that I can find you somebody else that can help you out locally, or you can get to me, and we have more videos to come. Keep checking back. Have a great day.